Questions for reflection. In the Christmas season, we always begin the new year thanking the Lord for our blessings and dedicating the new year to Him. In our first reading, the Lord directs Moses in the blessing he is to use with Israel, and it is still used throughout the liturgical life of both the Jewish and the Christian traditions. New Year's Eve celebrations are staggered around the globe due to the different time zones. But we all have this in common. No matter where we live geographically, we welcome the end of one calendar year and the beginning of a new one. The manner of celebrating may differ, but we also share a common hope that we can begin again. That hope can find its ultimate fulfillment by turning to the one who can make all things new, Jesus Christ. Nations use different calendars, but the passing of one year to the next is universally marked by a deliberate period of reflection concerning the year that passed, and a pledge to begin anew, to change in the year to come. This is because we all hunger to be made new, and intuitively, we all know that means we must change within if we want to experience change around us. The great Christian writer and Catholic convert G.K. Chesterton once wrote, and I quote, "The object of a new year is not that we should have a new year. It's that we should have a new soul and a new nose, new feet, a new backbone, new ears, and new eyes." Unless a particular man made New Year resolutions, he would make no resolutions. He continued, "Unless a man starts afresh about things, he will certainly do nothing effective. Unless a man starts on the strange assumption that he has never existed before, it is quite certain that he will never exist afterwards. Unless a man be born again, he shall by no means enter into the kingdom of heaven." End quote. Let us choose to begin again and ask the Lord to bless this new year. In this section of the Apostle Paul's letter to the Galatians, we read that in the fullness of time, God sent His only Son. Time is a creature offering us a field of choice. What we do with the time allotted to us matters. Life is meant to be a classroom where we learn to love by growing closer and closer to the one who in the fullness of time came among us to save us, Jesus the Christ. How are we spending the time allotted to us? Today's a day for true reflection. For the Christian, time's not meant to be a tyrant ruling over us, nor is the passing of time to be experienced as an enemy, somehow stealing our youth and our opportunity. Rather, time is meant to become a companion, a friend, a teacher, instructing us, offering us a series of invitations to allow the Lord to truly become our King by reigning in our daily lives. And our conscious awareness of time makes it a path along which the redemptive, loving plan of a timeless God is revealed and received. In Jesus Christ, time is now given back to us as a gift, and it offers us a field of choice and a path to holiness and human flourishing. Our gospel text for this feast of Mary, the Mother of God, is taken from St. Luke's Gospel. Mary treasured all of this in her heart. The heart, in the biblical sense, is the center from which we make those choices which direct our entire lives. The Catholic Catechism tells us it's the seat of the moral personality. Mary's heart was and is totally given over to the Lord. Mary's been called the God-bearer or Mother of God since the ancient times. This word in Greek is Theotokos. The term was used as part of the popular piety of the first millennium church. It's also used throughout the Eastern Church's liturgy, both Orthodox and Catholic. The title was a response to early threats to orthodoxy, or the preservation of authentic Christian teaching. Our pronouncement of the Council of Ephesus in 431 AD insisted, and I quote, "If anyone does not confess that God is truly Emmanuel, and that on this account the Holy Virgin is the Theotokos, for according to the flesh she gave birth to the Word of God become flesh by birth, let him be anathema." And that's the Council of Ephesus, 431 AD. The Council's insistence on the use of the title reflected an effort to preserve the teaching of the Church that Jesus was both divine and human, that the two natures were united in His one person. Not only was that teaching under an assault then, it's under an assault now. And failing to get it right has extraordinary implications. The reason the early church council pronounced this doctrine was Christological. meaning that it had to do with Jesus Christ. One of the threats came from an interpretation of Nestorius, a bishop of Constantinople's teachings. Some of his followers insisted on calling Mary only the Mother of the Christ. The council insisted on the use of the title Theotokos, meaning Mother of God or God-bearer, to reaffirm the central truth of what really occurred in the incarnation of Jesus Christ. Rejection of the truth revealed in this beautiful title of Mary led to a decrease in the understanding and role of Mary. This prevents some Christians from grasping a deeper truth concerning the meaning of Mary's life, her fiat, her yes to God's will. It's also undermined our mission to bring the world into the new world, recreated in her Son, the church, which is his body on earth and a seed of the kingdom which is to come. The church of which we are members through baptism continues his redemptive mission until he returns. When we fail to receive the gift of Mary as mother, we can also miss the call of every Christian to bear Jesus for the world, as she did. It's time to re-examine the deeper implications of the treasure that's found in the life, example, and message of the little Virgin of Nazareth. This wonderful title, Mary, the Mother of God, Theotokos, reveals a profound truth not only about Mary, but about each one of us. We are now invited into the very relationship she had with her Son. We can become God-bearers in a sense and bring him to all those we encounter in our few short days under the sun.